Welcome back. We're James Kennedy, who just welcomed you as well. Mike Stenhouse here with What's Really in Your Best Interests, our Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity's debate series. We were discussing James's and his group's 610 Boulevard concept. So give us a verbal picture, James. What is the Boulevard? Paint that picture. How big is it and what's composed in it?
A boulevard is a road that is used for all forms of transportation. It's used for cars, for transit, biking, and walking. And typically, a boulevard is different from a highway in that it's not limited access. So it has intersections that connect with a grid back to the city. It has development that's right next to it. And those are good things for a bunch of reasons. Having development next to it means that some of the trips that might have been clogging up the road can be taken by people living closer to where they want to be. It also means that instead of taking, in this case, 70 acres of land for on and off ramps and wasting that land and having to spend extra money for exit and entrance ramps, we kind of restore that land to something that's, bringing in tax revenue to the city and to the state.
So in
Um,
reading some of the links you've sent me, instead of this mass highway structure and these on ramps, like you just said, really can only be used for vehicles to go from
right.
B. You're picturing more of a, sort of a downtown type setting with boulevards, intersections, more stores and living accommodations, and instead of one path to get from here to there, you can take whatever side roads and intersections you like. So you're kind of dispersing the traffic, I guess, when it comes from
Right.
a traffic point of view, and and I think you're saying at the same time allowing for more space for residential and commercial development.
Right.
All right, good. See, you should hire me. Okay. um,
Yeah, you're good at selling it.
all right. So but one of the things I think we'll disagree with you, but you do envision a dedicated. I think you say a dedicated bus lane, correct?
Yes.
Not
Uh,
using the same roads as cars, but its own lane.
no, now I don't know why we would disagree on that actually. Bus lanes are really a great idea if they're in a place where they're going to be used. And these happen to be neighborhoods that already have a fairly good use of transit and have a high need for transit. They're also neighborhoods that are fairly dense and walkable. And so, for instance, Olneyville has an almost 50% non-car ownership rate. So in Olneyville, there's clearly a need for buses. So, bus lanes used to be the conservative, option. Instead of building rail, you built bus lanes, and you can find things on the Cato Institute or whatnot advocating for that. And one of the reasons that bus lanes kind of make sense if you have a corridor that is worth building them on is that they help you lower labor costs. I mean, you're paying the bus driver per hour, not per mile driven. If they sit in traffic,
Yeah, but
you're
you said the
obviously
key word, the
money.
worth. I mean, do you really envision there would be enough traffic to carve out that dead? I mean, why can't buses just use the same roads that the cars are using?
Well, a bus is capable of carrying, up to 80 people. And if we were going to try to have an efficient road system, we would give up that space to allow the bus to get around traffic. One of the reasons is that, if you look at an image of what a bus can hold versus a car in the same space, that bus lane is capable of carrying more than the full capacity of the rest of the road
Well,
combined.
capable, but we've seen many reports on some of the TV news stations that mass transit is so underutilized right now. How do you justify that the participation rates will be high enough? Theoretically, I don't disagree with you, but practically, are we really gonna is there really gonna be that need?
Well, there are definitely ways in which RIPTA is overstretched. I would actually advocate for getting rid of some RIPTA routes. Some RIPTA routes are not well ridden, and a lot of RIPTA routes, even that could be well utilized, are not designed in a very good way.
So we just have it in. So tell us where you stand, who's listening, and what are your hopes for the next steps to advance this strategy of yours?
Well, we're working very closely with people in the city and city planning, and we're very hopeful that we have a push from that direction. But we're also happy to say that there are people from across the state that support this. In particular, I've been very happy at the encouraging words from the minority leader Brian Newberry. Representative Dan Riley has also been a real big cheerleader of this. So I think there's been a lot of conservative support for this idea, basically around the idea that, urban highways to begin with were kind of a big government social engineering project that failed. And so now, trying to turn around that project and again, save money and spend less money than it would cost is a very conservative value.
Well, thank you for describing that to our viewers. We're definitely against the Green Gateway as the state. Sounds like you are too. We're going to promise to look more into your Boulevard idea. We have some larger concerns, but we'll look into it. By the way, so what would be your Twitter? Is it at PVD Providence? No, at
It's
PVD
it,
Transport.
it's at Transport PVD.
Okay, and ours is at RI Center Freedom. So if you'd like to weigh in on Twitter. Do that again at Transport PVD or at RI Center Freedom. And what's your website, James?
It's transportprovidence.blogspot.com.
We'll try to put that up on a graphic. I thank you for being with us. We wish you luck with your program, and maybe we'll have you back again soon. Thank you, James.
Great. Thanks, Mike.
This is Mike Stenhouse signing off for what's really in your best interest, and I hope after this debate, you'll come to your own conclusion. Thank you. Good day.